We'll be on in 1 minute, guys. We'll be on in just a few minutes. Someone will be sharing their screen. And in the meantime, we'll have the background noise of the college football national championship game.
I can share now.
Yes, ma'am. We see you.
Okay, what's up, everybody? Hope you got a great holiday, had a good day and a good weekend. I know some of people are happy because of some football games and such, and that's good. So we'll give a high five to those people. So let's give a synopsis of what's going on or what happened. Today there was market for Asia and Europe, but not for the United States because of the holiday. On Friday, we had a air quotes negative day, 0.17 for the Dow, 0.06%, 0.06% for S&P and QQs, which is really not often that this happens, which is interesting to me. They're usually not equal in percentage. Usually somebody is like higher or whatever or lower. Russell 2K was interestingly positive, even though you can see on the graph that even though it was positive, it kind of downturned at the end of the day. You can see that, yes, it went down and then it kind of stayed near VWAP and flattish. So that's why you can see that really low-ish percentage. Same thing for NASDAQ, same thing for S&P. Here we have our beautiful heat map. And you can see it was Christmassy with a more of a red flare, especially on the entertainment, diagnostics. Healthcare was not doing that well. But in terms of industrials, real estate, energy, you can see it was more on the green side. Softy, AVGO. What's AVGO? I forget. Was green, AMD. So some chippies. IBM was green. NVDA was negative 0.44. Amazon was positive. Google was down. And Meta was kind of flattish, 0.09, but it was more towards the negative side, I guess. Financials were strong. JP Morgan up 1.04%. Financials had earnings this week. So, you can see it was kind of a mixed bag. Out of curiosity and to give people information,
Broadcom. Broadcom, AVGO, Broadcom.
Okay. I'm just going to tell people some earnings. Maybe some important people are going to have earnings. Let's see. Netflix. So Netflix is going to have earnings in the afternoon. So for people who are interested, also in the morning, we're going to have some airlines, United Airlines, probably American Airlines and such. So be on the lookout for that, guys. But, Netflix is probably going to be the top one and UAL in terms of stocks that we look at. Still some banks, 3M Company also is going to have earnings in the morning. Okay, so let's get back to our favorite analysis here. The losers and the winners. Winners, Moderna. This thing has been going, if you ask me, kind of skyrocketishly lately. Maybe there has been some turnaround or some breakage. Let's take a look, 6.5. And that tells you something very interesting because when things are going kind of down, this thing is kind of going crazy. You can see for the last year or 2 years, this thing has been going on a rampage of down since the high here of 500, and it's now 41. But it looks like it's doing a breakout. It's been doing a breakout since the beginning of the year. Actually, since the beginning of December, it's kind of been breaking out. So if you bought it here at this level, really low here, around $22, you already kind of double your money. If you got it at 22 and it's already at 42, you already made 100% of your dinero. It gives me good indication that potentially this is going to keep going for a little bit. It might reach here at 56, so that's maybe where you want to get out. So you still have like $10 to go. but the price to have gone at was at 22. And that's Moderna. It's still, you can see it's still very on the low side, all the way here down from 500 to 42. So yeah, that's for you. That's the winner. Let's take a look at it at a minute. You can see that um, obviously in the pre-market was the best way to have gone it. Uh, Pre-market and even at the beginning of the day, if you got that low twice, you had opportunity at 9:30, and then an hour later, about 10:30-ish, you had another opportunity to get both the lows of the days. And then the high was 42, and then kind of stayed flattish. I would say belowish BWAP, and that was the winner. Then everything else you can see wasn't really nothing fantastic or anything. It was just, it went up 0.88. That's softy for you. Somebody was very interested in that. We'll take a look. We can see here on the daily that it has been going down. And it's going to get close to that area where Miss Green had identified. So I would put that on your notes, my friends. If Miss Green put this here is for a reason, and she hasn't been wrong. And look, and you can see here that it's skyrocketed up. So I would do a test ground here at 440, and I would also do another test ground at 400. But definitely the place to have to buy lots of it and potentially buy average in will be at that 340. So I would take a picture of this and maybe lock it in, because Microsoft is a good company to get. And yeah, it's been going down. I will also tell you when earnings is, because that could be a good opportunity. So in 9 days, my friends, this is going to have earnings. Okay, the next winner, US. So I would also write this on the notes for potential buy. It's really at a level where, obviously this was a great buy down here, but this thing is something really good to observe and get. Mr. Diamond Dave had always talked about this and banks, and you can see that this is at a very low point. So I would write also this in your notes, my friends, and get some stock, because if you buy here at $71 or 70 or whatever, and it gets to 140, that's double your money. So that's something, and you can see it's been kind of slowly inching, and it's kind of flat right now. So it's either going to go up the crate or down. And in my opinion, I don't think it's going to go too much low, but if it does, just average in, and then potentially it's going to go back up. You can't go wrong with this, I'm telling you. And also, it's on hard buy right now. So I would observe it. If it does get lower, like 40, I would say lock in and get some shares. Banco, it did really good on Friday, but you can see it's really high up in the sky, especially on the monthly. And this thing is about to go down. This thing, it gave us the signal right here, and this was earnings. I think the best price, of course, is where Miss Green has it at 34. But, to get there is going to take a few months. So it's a good short. I would put a system, a notification. Let me know when it gets to 44 to get some around here. That's where I would get it at, and see if it goes back up. But in the meantime, this has been going on a rampage. It's time to turn around and maybe average in when it gets more to the averages. Buy some when it gets more to the averages. XOM, my friends, also has been going cray. You can see also Miss Green hit it on the dot yet again. She's never wrong. This line right here is telling us, hey, let's buy some. And look, she was absolutely 1000% correct. If you got it here at 100, you're already $130. You're already $30 up. Okay, so if you got some here, she was correct. I think it's going to continue maybe for a little bit. It could go down. I will wait, because in the wintertime, it does tend to level set. But with all the stuff going on, it could go crazy also. Just observe this. Observe this. This is a good opportunity. You can see that this area here is very flat. So it could come back down for a little bit in this area. Netflix, as I had mentioned, my friends, how come? Yes, as I had mentioned, my friends, this is going to be having earnings in one day. Let me just let people know which ones are going to have earnings. So Netflix, Meta, Tesla, that's next week. So next week is going to be a very important day for us, my friends. Okay, so then we'll take a look at Amazon. So Netflix tomorrow. Let's see. Let's just look at Netflix real quick and Amazon. So you can see this thing has been going down. So this could potentially either do a flat bottom breakdown in the earnings and bring it down to over here, or it could do a jump up here. What do y'all think? This thing has been going down, down, down. According to Miss Adara, anytime there's a split, it just keeps going down. I think it's going to go down, but you never know with these market makers. It could go either way. But I have a suspicion that this thing has been going crazy for a really long time. I think it's about time to maybe get to the mean. So I'm thinking it's going to get to $60, and that's your opportunity to buy, my friends. Okay. Amazon is really high up there. It's been also doing really good from here. If you also had looked at this back in the day and listened to Miss Green here, this would have been your opportunity to get it at 80. And looking now is at 280, 80 at $38. But hey, we don't even listen to ourselves. Maybe this year will be the difference where we listen to our analysis and actually buy it in the buying zone. Um, again, let's wait and see if it gets to that one.
We forget because we stopped reviewing, and then like 2 months later, I feel like we almost took most of the summer off.
But even then, even if we don't review, everybody, including ourselves, should put some notifications and some alerts. Hey, it's getting to 120. Let's check this out. But we don't do that.
No, you're
And,
right, we should.
and like I said, if everybody be doing that, then it doesn't matter if you don't look at it every day. You don't have to be looking at this on a daily, but you should, everybody, myself included, should have notifications of these buy-in zones because we had analyzed it for a reason. So if it's telling you and we've done the work, why don't we put some notifications? Okay, let's buy some then. You know, we can always average in, we don't have to buy 10 million. You could just buy one. And if it gets down here, then, then get 10. And that's it. Like I said, my friends, maybe this will be the year that we listen to ourselves and our analysis. TNA is up in the sky. I had called this one too. I had said this is a really good area, but I didn't put it and I didn't listen. And I was, again, let me put a trend line here because maybe we'll listen to ourselves this time. It's really high. This could be a potential a reverse where it goes back. There's a little ceiling here, and we'll see if it breaks it off. If it breaks it off or if it reverses. So this is a good area to kind of pay attention to. Okay, let's look at those losers. Carnival. We haven't looked at that in a minute. It looks like it's it did a big down on on Friday. It's been going down like crazy since a couple of days ago, since the 8th. It's been going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's in a good area here. So if it gives you a green signal, it could potentially do a reversal, but I think it's going to go down here, guys. I think it's going to go to that 27. So keep an eye on that if you're interested in Carnival Cruise. But it has been trending down. It has been trending down. I don't know. Oh, this has earnings in March. Silver, this thing is crazy. If you're gonna get some silver, I wouldn't necessarily get it now because obviously it's crazy up. But this is actually another one of those things, another commodities where it doesn't matter the price. You should always have some of this in your arsenal. And what I'm trying to say is this: everybody should have some physical property of this, and if you don't, then get some of this in stock. So, maybe get one, and then when it gets to down here, like this average, then get like 10 more. Everybody should
Maybe
always,
you can look at
everybody,
gold because it tends to tell me, if I see gold and silver going up like nuts, I tend
Yes,
to be
yeah,
thinking things are about to go down.
correct. So people, but I'm just being serious. Everybody should have this in their portfolio, no matter what price, whatever. Just keep on averaging, buy it every week, because this is the only thing that's certain in life right here. And then gold. So, if you don't have that kind of cash for gold, then start with silver and work yourself up. And that's what I'm gonna do with my kids. So here you go, 472. That's good. You don't have to pay 4,000, but 422 for a stock is pretty good. So buy some of this, even if it's expensive, who cares? Get one. Then when you see it get at 371, then get 10, get five, get two, whatever. Then over here, get two, get seven, whatever. But every day, every week, or whatever, just get some of this commodity, because trust me, folks, this is the only thing that's certain. All right. Manzana, be prepared, guys, for next week. Hopefully this continues on its flat bottom breakdown, like I was mentioning. You can see this thing has been going crazy up, 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 up. So now it's starting kind of to the reverse. So this is an area of caution, but obviously if it starts reversing from here, you should get some. But obviously we want to hear. But ultimately, where Miss Green, again, take a screenshot of this, guys, 200 and of course 180. But if it doesn't get to 180, who cares? Get some at 200. So take a screenshot of that and make sure when it gets down there, put your notification. Don't be waiting for me. Don't be waiting for Miss Green. Just put it in. And when it gets there, you buy it. And then you tell us, you guys were right. And now I'm rich. And that's that. Okay, we talked about gold. NVDA, it had a red day. It's been kind of flat in this area, if you can see. It likes this area. It's been kind of riding it here, here, here. So hopefully it breaks down, because that's what we want. We want cheaper price. Hopefully it breaks down to this 160, 165 or whatever. So if it gets here, make sure you get some. Also take a note of when this thing is going to have earnings. So in 37 days, you may want to put that in your calendar. Tesla, big week again, 9 days. This thing, we'll see what happens. It has been going down. So we shall see. Will it flat bottom break? We hope so. That's what we're hoping for. And this is the level to get it at right here, where we have marked it at 350, between 350 and 275, I would say. This is a good area to buy this thing again. This thing is always all eyes on me. You can see that this area is pretty good. So 300, guys. But if it does get to 370, not bad price either. Okay, so that's it. I don't have nothing else. Let's look at what we were saying left for tomorrow. Things are looking negative, so that's good because I have a put. So I hope it continues to go down. And I wish you a great, successful trading day tomorrow. Make sure you take a look at what you're doing. If you need to get out, just get out. Don't be waiting. Just get out, follow your rules, and everything's going to be all right. Peace out, my friends. Have a good day.
Can we look at DraftKings? Because that's my baby
That, yes, ma'am.
that I'm
DraftKings.
monitoring.
Yes, ma'am.
DraftKings.
DraftKings. Okay. Man, why did this thing have like such a red day on Friday? Oh, because it had a hanger. Um, that's not nice of DraftKings. This is not really nice of DraftKings. I guess it doesn't like this level up here.
Yeah, I'm kind of pissed at it.
I'm
Uh,
not happy with it myself. You can see this thing was crazy on Friday. Dang, what happened? What happened to
and it's not
DraftKings?
like any news or anything.
They just, the market makers, want to bring it down.
Yes.
And
I
then to
think
say
they want to
conf
scare people before it comes up. That's
yes,
the
they
only
just,
thing I can think of.
yeah, because they know that this thing is going to go crazy for the Super Bowl in 2 weeks. So, okay. Um, Obviously this had a red day. Let's not get too scared. That's not a good sign. But let's see what happens tomorrow. Two red signals. Um, we'll keep an eye on it. Let's hope that it reverses and does what it's supposed to do for the Super Bowl. Any other requests, questions, concerns? Um, Any feedback?
So tomorrow, what are you looking at? Old Faithful, Spy, and Q's, or
I won't be looking at anything really
oh
in the morning
yes.
because I won't be available, but always look at your faithfuls. Stick to one thing at a time, guys. That's my recommendation. I would look at the SPY. That's my favorite rotate. But you do you, as long as it's not trash, I'm all for it. And you should follow your rules. Your as long as you follow the rules, it doesn't matter. And one of the rules is don't get into trash. And so if you're already not in trash, that's already a step up in my game, in my book. So yeah, I can't look at anything in the morning because I won't be available, but hopefully after 11 I will be.
You may be taking a peek knowing you. You
Yes,
use your
ma'am.
phone more than I do, so you may get a chance to take a peek. And of
We'll
course,
touch
if
base.
something really cray happens, I will be I know your number.
Yes, ma'am. Just like I said, again, pre-market's already starting to be negativo. So that's good for me because I got some puts. So hopefully it continues to dump fire. And that's it.
All right. Peace out. Thank you.
Peace out. You're welcome.